Hello friends, Brandy here with Falcon Healing Arts. I hope you're doing really well. I think you will find today's video interesting. We're going to talk about the spiritual aspect of holistic health and how we explain it from a shamanic perspective. So these days we are obviously seeing a lot of unwellness gaps, not only in body but heart and mind. And from a shamanic perspective, it is clearly a lack of power and maybe even a lack of spiritual depth. So simple things that we shrug off as just being normal everyday problems we need to deal with can be indicative of this loss of power. So things like dealing with a chronic illness, that no matter how many professionals you see, no matter how many health systems you try, you still can't get over this hump of unwellness. Or situations where you are dealing with this mental dilemma and don't have anyone to talk to, you're feeling a lot of overwhelm, or even situations where you are creating something that you feel really passionate and wonderful about, someone criticizes it, and then all of a sudden you are back in self-doubt and lose confidence easily. These are all indicative of losing your power, and it can affect you in a negative way in body, heart, mind, and spirit. And to restore this power in shamanism, we reconnect with our power animal spirits. So we're going to talk today all about these power animal spirits, how they can boost your health, how they can increase your confidence, and create more magic in your life on every level. And I will also explain how I have benefited personally from having this strong relationship with my power animal spirits, which I hope will be really inspiring for you. We shamanic practitioners believe that our power comes from divine helping spirits, and it's this connection to the divine that allows us to help people heal, to give accurate advice, and to be a strong supportive force for the community. But everyone has personal power and spiritual power that we derive from the divine, not just practitioners. And this power is responsible for the quality of our lives and also our longevity. There are many types of benevolent spirit helpers, angels, ascended masters, gods and goddesses from different cultures, but the most consistent spirit helpers that we see in shamanic cultures all over the world throughout time has been power animal spirits. So this is the divine showing up in this form of an animal that the person can relate to who wants to see us succeed in life. Typically, this bond is formed at birth, and there are actually some indigenous cultures who make sure that babies and children have power animal spirits aligned with them because they believe that you cannot live without this connection. But we're actually seeing in these modern times, shamanic practitioners are seeing that many of the people we work with actually do not have any power animal spirits. And so the work that we do with them is to retrieve a spirit that may have been joined with them when they were younger and bring it back to them and help them nurture that relationship. Sometimes power animal spirits will leave for some reason. We don't know exactly why, but I can imagine that if I were a power animal spirit and wanting to help someone who wasn't appreciating nature or spirit or who wasn't valuing their life, that may be a reason to leave. And the cumulative results of being in a negative environment can, of course, be very disempowering. So that's where this connection may also be lost and devalued. So you might be wondering if you are needing a power animal retrieval. If you don't have this cohesive connection, there are definitely signs that you can consider. So if you have a serious or prolonged chronic illness, if you have a lot of physical weakness, perhaps even if you've had a series of bad luck events in your life, this can all be a sign of loss of power. Same with not being able to trust others easily, having a lack of confidence in yourself, in your abilities, experiencing depression and other serious mood disorders, and also being disconnected from the flora and fauna of nature. So if you're experiencing anything on that list and you're interested in getting a power animal retrieval, you can look at my contact information in the description below. I would love to be the one to connect you with your power animal spirit, help you nurture that relationship, and also help restore these missing links to your holistic health. But before we end here, I want to share a bit about my experiences working with power animal spirits. So just a couple of stories here. The first is the introduction I had to my major power animal spirit that I work with still the most. So I started consciously working with him when I was a young mother. I had been reading Sandra Ingerman's books, and typically when you are meeting your power animal spirit, you need to do a shamanic journey. So either a practitioner will journey for you and find this power animal spirit and then give it to you and teach you how to nurture it, or you can do it yourself. You can read a book and do it yourself, as I did. And so I turned on this drumming track I was listening to with my headphones, and without even doing the journey, the room was dark, and I saw the animal spirit walk into the room and lay in my lap. So it was very miraculous. Just that beginning, this introduction to this relationship. I feel this was not a restoration, that the spirit had been with me for quite a while, and I was finally able to see him. And he has helped me so many times in challenging situations where I just have to bring his spirit to mind. You don't need to see it. You just need to believe that you have this power that is bigger than you. He also helps me with my healing practice, with acupuncture, with energy medicine, and with keeping me safe physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. And recently, so just another quick story here. Recently, I had, it was actually this week, I had a very challenging day where I felt that something I had put a lot of time and effort into that was very emotionally difficult for me to do was being heavily criticized by someone who I was working with. It was this very delicate relationship that I honor. And so I was feeling really disempowered, in self-doubt that maybe I shouldn't have done this work, even though I was certain about it before. And I was really giving more power to this other person who I feel just didn't understand. But it's hard, even though you know that consciously, it's still hard to bring up that power again, to bring up that confidence. Now, there are many ways that you can restore a connection to your power and to your power animal spirit to really nurture this and build it up again. And this is something I would give you if we were working together. I have this really long list. But traditionally, to build your power up again, it is most efficient to do it through dance. And so this challenging day I had this week, in the evening, I went upstairs alone. I rattled, I whistled, I sang, I brought in the spirit, and we danced. And we danced and we danced until I felt completely empowered. I had this stomach ache that, again, I knew was brought about from this emotional upheaval. And as I was dancing, I felt that sensation dissipate. And afterwards, I did do a more formal journey to get guidance from this power animal spirit. And I was then able to move forward with this relationship back in my power to lead both of us. I have so many other stories about how this spirit has helped me. There are other animal spirits that I've worked with too, who other practitioners have restored to me, who must have left during my lifetime. So I actually have this bigger supportive spiritual team now. And that is what you would have as well if you start doing this work. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with a friend who you think may be interested in this. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Much love and peace to you.